This project is sponsored by PCBWay. This year, PCBWay organized the 7th project design contest, where in addition to electronic and mechanical project, also has been added a new category STM32 project. For the best selected projects are provided rich prizes in cash, coupons and special gifts. Submit your project for participation in this contest from 2nd September 2024 to 9th January 2025. For more detailed information and instruction, visit the given page. Let PCBWay always be your first choice. Hello, the Lakhovsky Multiwave Oscillator is a device that was developed by George Lakhovsky in the early 20th century. Lakhovsky proposed this device as form of alternative therapy, claiming it could restore the body's natural balance and promote healing through the use of electromagnetic frequencies. While his ideas and theories have been widely discredited and are not supported by mainstream science, some people continue to use his works as basis for alternative medical treatments. Some of benefits, according to his claim, are cell revitalization by increasing the oxygen supply and the nutritional value of the blood, and activation the body's self-healing powers, and increase the general well-being. Lakhovsky machine, a different angle of principle to Rive's machine. It did not attack the microbes directly, but reinforced the vitality of the organism by accelerating cellular oscillation. It was intended to revitalize the oscillations of your normal healthy cells. It was therefore the reinforced organism that successfully resists the microbes and all pathogenic causes. The machine discharges high voltage that gives off electromagnetic pulses with the emphasis of producing the greatest number of widest range of frequencies and harmonics as possible, but it cannot maintain one steady frequency, which was what Rive was doing to resonate a microbe to death. The multiple wave oscillator machine generally consists of two parts: high voltage and high frequency impulses generator, usually a Tesla coil, and other part are two specifically designed antennas. First, let me explain the first part, which is the Tesla transformer. Its function is to generate an extremely high alternating voltage of the order of tens and up to hundreds of thousands of volts, under the action of which a variable magnetic field is created. In his original device, Lakhovsky used a spark gap type of Tesla transformer, and I use a solid state type of Tesla transformer with semiconductors, because it is much more durable, simpler to make, and more compact. I want to point out a few facts, because I had reactions after making the previous device like this with claims that it was not originally made. Namely, every Tesla transformer in the world has its own resonant frequency, regardless of whether it is a spark gap type or solid state type. According to Lakhovsky's claim, the shape of the antenna generates a greater number of harmonics in a wide range of frequencies. Detailed instructions for making the Tesla transformer that I will use in this project can be found in one of my previous videos. Lakhovsky's discovery is a specially designed antenna with golden ratio pattern that acts as top loads with several different capacities. Each ring of these special antenna systems radiated at a different wavelength and frequency depend upon its diameter. The different size rings would set up interference patterns between themselves, producing a plethora of harmonic frequencies at many different wavelengths. The patient would be then exposed to this multiwave oscillating field. At the end of the video you can see how I made these antennas. Now let's test how this device behaves in real conditions. To analyze the signals, the easiest way for me was to use my SDR Play SD radio with the SDR Uno companion software. This small antenna serves to receive emitted radiation. I will perform an analysis of the signal directly from the Tesla transformer independently, as well as a comparison with the case when I connect Lakhovsky antennas to it. I will repeat this test at several frequencies in the range of about 1 MHz up to 300 MHz. The greatest potential difference is between the beginning and the end of the secondary winding on the Tesla transformer, so I will connect the antennas at those 2 points. One antenna at the beginning and other antenna at the end of the windings. The beginning of the winding is at a potential of practically 0 volts, and the end of the winding, in my case, inducted about 50,000 volts. Since it is a modern solid-state Tesla coil powered at 30 volts through an isolating transformer, the risk of electric shock is very low, certainly 8 during manufacture. Unlike the original spark gap Tesla coil used by Lakhovsky, which is very expensive, it also spoils easily and is dangerous for the patient. As I see nowadays, spark gap Tesla coil is used by many self-builders of this type of device, probably not having enough knowledge and experience in the field of the high voltage. The natural resonant frequency of this Tesla coil is about 1.3 MHz, and around this frequency we see only one strong harmonic. Now I will connect Lakhovsky antennas. Now, as we see, there are many harmonics on different frequencies. I will repeat these measurements on many frequencies. Next, I will perform test at 20 MHz. This is only Tesla coil, one strong harmonic, and around that small weak harmonics. I will connect now Lakhovsky antennas. We have many harmonics almost on full spectrum. Now on 50 MHz, only Tesla coil. Now I will connect Lakhovsky antenna. Much wider and stronger harmonics. I will record the signal, catch the signal through this small antenna on SDR1. As you see, there is almost no signal on the waterfall. Now I will connect the trafo antenna. I will connect antennas to the trafo. And we will see the signal with Lakhovsky antenna connected. As we see, there are many signals with different frequencies on whole spectrum. At 200 MHz, only Tesla coil, almost no signal on the spectrum. And now I will connect Lakhovsky antenna. There are many harmonics on the spectrum. And finally at 330 MHz, first was only Tesla coil. There is no signal on the spectrum. And now I will connect Lakhovsky antennas. As you see, there are weak harmonics and there are signal on 330 MHz. I will try also on 440 MHz, 0.5 GHz. First only Tesla coil. There is no signal on spectrum at all. Now I will connect Lakhovsky antennas. As we see, there are weak signals, but there is still harmonics on 440 MHz. When measuring only a connected Tesla transformer, harmonics up to 50 MHz are registered. By connecting the Lakhovsky antennas, this range has been extended to over 400 MHz, and it is significant to note that in this case, with connected antennas, the number of harmonics is drastically higher and there is almost continuous radiation at all frequencies of the entire spectrum. Perhaps this is not the most ideal experiment and I probably have some omissions, but with a high degree of certainty, Lakhovsky's claim that the shape of the antennas actually contributes to the generation of a large number of additional harmonics can be taken as correct. So we can take this claim as true, but only from a technical point of view. And finally, a short conclusion. In general, this invention of Lakhovsky is an ordinary Tesla coil, which instead of a toroidal top load has a so-called Lakhovsky antennas, which, by the way, according to my observations, slightly amplifies the field in front of it and also increases the emitted frequency and number of harmonics thanks to the way of making the antenna. Of course, I am not specialist in medicine and I will not comment in that domain at all. The idea of these experiments was to examine whether at least the technical side of this device is in the realm of truth. And at the end, safety note, please do not attempt to recreate the experiments shown on this video unless you are familiar with high voltage safety techniques. Direct current, even above 60 volts, may be lethal even when the AC supply voltage has been disconnected due to the stored energy in the capacitors.